How are you? Pat here. I'm doing a Q&A video now for the album launch. I put up a question box on Instagram during the week and I got loads of questions. Some of them are about the album, some of them are taking the absolute piss. Uh, but I'm gonna stick them all in. So it could be a long video, but um, stick on the kettle. You'll be fine. So we're gonna start out with this one from Jamie, and I'd say definitely more productive than tedious. Um, Now, for the first 6 months or so of the pandemic, I didn't do anything. I was stunned into silence, I think, like a lot of people. Um, but a few months back, I just made a decision, just put a date on the album, and just go for it, give it my best shot. And yeah, it's helped a lot. Even though there's no gigs, but it's a focal point, and I think we all need one. How are you in? There's a little cafe in Galway. You might know it. It's called the Lane Cafe. Um, yeah, for me, that's I don't know what it is about it though. I can't put my finger on why, but anytime I go in there, it just becomes easier to write, which I can't say about most places, but yeah, there's very little distraction in there, and it's cute. I don't know, I love it. Also, trains and buses. Hi, Jen. Uh, yeah, not much. Just a Q&A video. What? Best venue to listen in, the Blackgate. Best venue to play in, the Crane. Tough one. Um, I'm hoping for summertime, but who knows? I'll keep you updated anyway for sure. I can't fucking wait. Tough one. Um, I'm hoping for summertime. Well, actually, to be honest, it it probably won't be this summer. Um, but maybe towards the end of the year. I don't know. Miguel, thanks for the question, man. I miss you. Miguel is my buddy down in Spain, and I've actually never gigged in Spain before, but I wanna gig everywhere now. So yeah, I keep you updated. You sure can. This one, I see that's a marketing technique. Show the album rather than just talk about it. I learned that in a marketing course, 3 day marketing course. I mean, I missed 2 days of it because I slept in, but still. You can order from anywhere in the world, uh, in from within this world, um, and there's free shipping within Europe, and Manon is in France, so free shipping, yay! And without Europe, there's a small shipping charge. So um, yeah, I'll leave the link below or somewhere. Uh, okay, thank you. So when I first read this question, I felt a little bit underqualified to answer it, to be honest. But because I see the guitar, for me, it's a vessel to carry the song rather than the song itself. Um, because it's an ongoing battle to find the balance between technique and emotion. And I know a lot of people are technically very skilled, but they can't convey emotion very well, and vice versa. Um, but after, I can only kind of speak from personal experience. After time, you might know what's happening at the time, but after a long period of time of playing, you stop thinking so much about what you're playing, and it's easier then to think about the song you're playing. Does that make sense? That was making sense in my head before I said it, but hopefully you can figure out what that means. Yeah, there's something. Tom, I've never actually met Tom. Tom's in Portland, Oregon, and we've kept in touch through music related stuff. And he's a writer, and he's he's learning how to play guitar at the moment. So I wish you the best, Tom. Keep it up. There's something I heard a couple of years ago that changed my outlook on guitar playing, but also pretty much everything. Um, Someone said your only competition is yourself, and when I first heard that, I kind of thought, yeah, another inspirational quote to stick in the inspirational quote bin. But for some reason, it stuck with me, and and I still think about it. I was always comparing myself to others, comparing myself to who was better than me. If I played a set with my basic chords and then someone went up shredding the guitar, I'd feel like shit. But since I've stopped comparing myself to other people, um, I've started improving. So uh, maybe that'll maybe that'll help. Um, yeah, because I was doing a lot of uh, looking at Jimi Hendrix on YouTube, going, I'm never going to be Jimi Hendrix. Now, I'm still never going to be Jimi Hendrix, but if I can be better than I was yesterday, then that's what it's all about. So, yeah, good question. Your only competition is yourself. Bono. So, the title You and the Moon actually came from a friend of mine um, a few years ago, and it was accidental, but it was shouted at me one night. So basically, I'm a night owl, and yeah, I go to sleep late every night. Um, it's just the way I am as a person. And anyway, one particular night, it was it was kind of pissing off a friend of mine, and in I can't really do a French accent, but shouted, uh, "Oh, ah, please, why you stay up so late? It is literally just you and the moon." I was like, that's brilliant. I'm gonna use that. Which didn't make the situation any better, but whatever. I am. I have slowed down a little bit on the paintings over the past few weeks, only because I've been putting everything kind of behind the album promotion. But I'm going to give it a real crack this year, the painting business, malarkey, rather than just putting one up sporadically here and there. Um, so I'll get a load of them together. Cora bought one of my astronaut paintings a couple of months ago. So appreciate it, and I'll have more to show soon. My buddy Robert Kelly, Robert produced the album, and it was recorded in Galway and in St. John's, Newfoundland, Canada. Um, I met Robert about 7 or 8 years ago, I think. On a He had a short trip over to Galway, and we met through our mutual friend Gary, and yeah, we just got along straight away, and we said, let's record an album. Nice one. Um, so then, a few years later, Robert came back over and spent a whole summer in Galway, and we rented out a little room in a rehearsal space. Strange space, because it was perfect for what we needed. Just set up our own studio. Robert set up the studio, and there was a dog pound next door. There was a gym in the same building, and there was I don't know, some sort of a Baptist church, or I don't know what it was. It felt like a dream, the whole thing. Um, we had fucking great crack though. We had some challenging times as well. A couple of little um, bits were a couple of bits went against us, but we persisted and we got there. And yeah, I owe, I owe it all to Robert, because it wouldn't be possible without him, and it turned out a whole lot better than I would have ever imagined. Um, we gathered some of the best musicians in Galway, and Robert gathered some of the best musicians over in St. John's, and I'm gonna I'm gonna name them all out in case I forget them, in case I forget anyone, because um, they all play a huge part in it. So Robert, on the album, he plays bass, mandolin, keys, guitar, percussion, backing vocals. Ella Partington plays fiddle and backing vocals. Anna Malarkey plays the piano. Devin Milley is the drummer. Martin Tierney plays electric guitar. Rick Hollett, accordion. Greg Walsh plays mandolin and fiddle. Gabriel Bursey plays harmonica. And Jordan Coker and Kirsten Rodden Clark sing gang vocals. So a big old gang. But yeah, it was some mashup, and it was great crack, and yeah, one of the best experiences of my life. What drives me to the album, or to write any of the songs, is my need to express myself in a way that I can't seem to find through talking. Um, and if people can relate to it, or if they enjoy how it sounds, it's just a bonus. So yeah, thanks, Ola. Me father. Great question from Chloe. Chloe is my little baby niece. Um, well, she's 17 now, like, but uh, what's the meaning behind the songs on there? So I won't go into them all, but there is one song on there, and it's called Blue Flower Stream, and There was a day a few years ago when I was babysitting Chloe. We went through the fields of Cratloe, and we were hitting golf balls off the hill and stuff like that. But we almost got trampled to death by a herd of cattle, and it was very frightening. But everything else was perfect. It was a perfect day. We just almost got killed. Um, so yeah, Blue Flower Stream. That's where that came from. Thanks, Tip. Definitely the community. Um, I've met countless colourful characters down through the years that I probably wouldn't have met otherwise. And I've been thinking recently, I am a bit of a recluse. I know that. Um, I do. Anyone who knows me knows I do enjoy my alone time, a bit of a hermit. But I've been realizing that all of my favorite memories are community based, so they're shared. Uh, for example, my good friend Parik Jack, he's from Aran Islands, and we we've been playing weekly gigs out there for the past 6 or 7 years, I think, and obviously not for the past 1 year, but um, they've just been they've been magical. We go out to Joe Watty's there, um, and we sometimes we go travelling into the continent and across Ireland, and great chats, great crack, and pleasure to play music with him. Um, Similarly with Ella Partington. Ella's a fiddle player from the UK, and she features prominently on the album. I was looking for a fiddle player about 3 years ago, I think, and I was being very picky. Now, at the time, I was struggling a little bit to find the spark for live performance that I felt I kind of used to have. I was I wasn't tired of it, but I just felt the energy slipping a little bit for it. Um, but then I started gigging with Ella, and it just totally reinvigorated the uh, the zest for it. And we I felt we were kind of really getting into our stride before the pandemic came along, but we'll get back on the horse, and we do hope to we hope to delve into the collaborating a little further as well in the near future. So keep an ear out for that. And that's what was the question? Tonight, if you know of a good shebeen, or if you have one, even better, out the back of the house with a pool table and a dartboard. I won't tell anyone. I'll say nothing to the guards. Every time I play my own songs, I get a little tinge of it, but rarely on a overwhelming scale. Um, there, there was a moment in Dublin a couple of years ago. I was playing a song from my previous album, a song called "Come Home," and I haven't played the song since. But at the time, I was playing it at every gig, and I was really proud of it. I loved it. I loved performing that song. But see, every song that I write is personal, and I don't get any satisfaction writing something that means nothing to me. But sometimes I can take it a little bit too far, and for some reason that night in Dublin, which was actually a great gig. Attentive audience, great sound. Attentive audience, beautiful sound, which are the only two things I need for a great gig. For some reason when I played that song, I just crashed, and not in a physically obvious way or anything, but I just it cut too close to the bone, and straight afterwards I just packed up and got out of there. I felt a bit rude because they were very nice to me, but I just had to get away. And pity, because as I said, it was one of my favourites, but I'll play it again, just not yet. This was a popular question. It was asked by Anya, how are you, Anya? Kathy, how are you, Kathy? And Ella, how are you, Ella? I left this one to last because I thought the longer I leave it, the more chance I have of figuring out what the answer is along the way. But that didn't really work out because I don't really have a favourite. But if I have to choose one, I'll go for the song I was talking about earlier, about 4 hours ago. It's called Blue Flower Stream, and it's the song I wrote about my niece Chloe. So Chloe, hope you're watching. And I'll play out this video with Blue Flower Stream. So hope you enjoy it. That's it really. Yeah, that's it. This turned out more like an easygoing therapy session than a short Q&A video, but here we are. There's not many people around these days, so it's nice to interact a bit. Okay, alright, I'll go. You and the Moon is out now and it's available on Bandcamp, and I'll leave the link in appropriate places. Here's Blue Flower Stream. Thank you for listening. Coming up, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you.
Sun glare from the sky, the blessing from your mother, with the parting of your ties to the long cold winter, and with your mind open wide to the dawning of adventure, and with the melody of time to the sound of the summer. See, right where you stand before me is where my mother came to pray to whoever was there listening, just for days like today. I could never ask for better than the day we ran the fields, but God knows I'll remember crossing Blue Flower Stream. See, I promised you forever, every day that you were born. Now here we stand together, and I love you to the core. See, right where you stand before me is where my mother came to pray to whoever was there listening, just for days like. See, right where you you stand before me is where my mother came to pray to whoever was there listening, just for days like today.